Hi folks, hope you're doing well. You can see from the time it's 10 past 10 in the evening. This is a bit of Kingdom talk. It's the first bit of proper Kingdom talk for a long time. What about Christianity? Yeah. I was just thinking about a few things, and what came to me was very, very true. Basically, I was talking to God about these ministries and the fact that you look at what they get. You know, that this type of people they get to speak and that sort of stuff. And God says, you get what you deserve. Otherwise known as you get what you earn as well. Yeah. The way God said it to me is that if you're willing to do only the same sort of things as what other people are willing to do, that's your level. That's it, really. Yeah. If you want more, you've got to do more. Yeah. Yeah. It's very, very true, isn't it? Yeah. Well, if you look at what other people have, ministries, yeah, there's nothing there, really. Not really. So obviously, if you want a good ministry, you want more than them. So, yeah. Indeed, yes. Well, so yeah, you've got to set your level higher. You've got to look at what other people are doing and say, no, I don't want that. I don't want to do things that way. I don't want to get those people to come and speak. Yeah, if I want God to bless my ministry, I've got to let God be the one who decides what my ministry is going to be. I've got to trust in Him. So I've got to trust in Him for my finances. I've got to trust in Him for the growth. I've got to trust in Him as to whether the ministry lives or dies. It's up to Him. Of course it is, yeah. You know, if I had something like the filling station, anything like that, and I was bringing people in to speak, then it'd just be a case of saying to God, okay, Lord, who do you want me to bring in? Yeah, I'm going to wait this week and see what you want to do, because I've got no idea. I'm not going to look in the good book of ministers, to find the safe speakers that we can bring to deliver something that's safe and comfortable. And no, I don't want that. What I want to do is trust in you that you're going to provide the person that you want. You're going to provide the person who's going to be blowing everything apart. If that's what you want to do. Certainly blowing everything apart in one way or the other, because blowing everything apart doesn't mean explosion. It could just mean that you've got wind blowers. Leaf blowers that blow. They still blow. They still blow things apart, even though it's lighter things. Yeah. It's about letting God be the one who is being the master of it. Now, I mean, I'm not going to pretend that's easy right now, because if God isn't speaking to you, then you can only do what you can do. But I guarantee you one thing, folks. is that when things start to change, if organisations like the filling station don't start bringing in better people, then you know that is their level, and walk away from it. Walk away from such organisations, any like that. If they're showing that their level is safe, speakers who don't offend, and that's what they want, even after God starts changing the church and God is actually, listening to people and speaking to people and guiding them, if they're not willing to listen to God, then stay away. Let it collapse. Let it close down for good. I'm all for things, if I'm not one of these people that thinks, because they failed in the past, just shut them down. No, Salvation Army Church, shut it down. I can understand people who say just shut it down. It's not really functioning. It's not really delivering anything for people. But it doesn't mean they can't change. It doesn't mean they can't, get right with God. Because if pretty much every single church needs to start again, that means them as well. And if other churches can do it, no reason why they can't. What I would say is that we need organisations like that, and organisations like the Baptist organisations, to collapse. They need to go, because they're nothing to do with God. So the headquarters of Salvation Army needs to close. Those churches can continue, but they've got to be moulded in the way that God wants to mould them, according to what the areas that they're in need. Because that's what a church should be. All these churches that have pretty much the same pattern, because they're in this, because you're a Baptist church, you have the pattern of a Baptist church. Oh, God. That's showing no understanding of the area you're in. What does the area you're in need? Only God knows that. Let God be the one to decide how your church is going to be, how your organisation is going to be. Let God decide who you're going to have there, because only God knows who you need there. But if your level is low, set it higher. Set your sights on things above. But not just on heaven, but also on a higher level of everything. You want a ministry, then go for a ministry that's at a much higher level than the ministries you're seeing right now, because the ministries you're seeing right now aren't really serving the public. So if you want a ministry that's serving the public, it's got to be at a much higher level than the ministries we are seeing right now, right? Obviously. So go for that. Set your sights much higher. That's what you should be doing. As I say, during the time of lockdown, exercise your faith in different ways. Exercise your faith. Very important to do. So, we don't know what's coming. We have no idea. There was a bit of hope. Certainly in the UK, there was a little bit of hope. The person involved in, or really in charge of the economy for the UK government, was very critical of scientists who keep moving the goalposts for lockdowns to keep us in lockdown. He was very critical of that. So that is hopeful. Well, if he was the one that everyone was basically saying that he's a future leader of that party. So I believe his opinion is going to be counted as important. So, well, we will see if it's enough to smash through the opinions of the scientists, the governments that support them, the media, because there's all that's sort of been supporting all this lockdown stuff, isn't it, really? And encouraging the scientists to be moving the goalposts all the time. So, yeah, that's got to be sorted out. How, when, don't know. What we're going to be seeing in the future, I don't know. When God's going to start moving in the church, we don't know. We really don't know. But look here in this photo, you've got 5 people walking right next to each other. You've got 4 people sitting right next to each other. You've got people here, and people here, and people milling around here, and here, and here. Yeah, we need to get back to that. And down here, and down here, and down here. This is what we need to get back to. You've got people eating at the harvester there. These businesses are all open, or were then. Not anymore. But that's what we want to see. People enjoying themselves. People getting back to some good area of normality of life. But we need a church that's functional. We need a church that's doing things God's way. So, what's your level? If you want to go into ministry, so for example, the healing ministry, what's your level for that? What do you want to do? You want to be praying for people and see them healed? You want to be seeing the dead rise? Are you wanting to see limbs be regrown? What's your level? What level can your faith see, and what level do you want to be operating at? Because if you want to be operating at a higher level, you must be willing to give more to get that. You've got to earn that. And you have by what you give. You don't pay for that ministry. You don't. But you do. Yeah, because you have to put in the effort to be able to walk that walk. Well, for example, if you're going to be really slapping the devil and slapping the work that he's trying to do and knocking him back, he's going to be attacking you. Or he's going to be coming after you, right? That's a certainty. If you are someone who's not going to be able to deal with the attacks, you're not going to get the ministry. God's going to give you what he knows you're going to be capable of performing in every way. God is not going to put you in a situation where you're going to come under attack that you won't be able to handle. That means you may have to learn how to handle attacks beforehand. Certainly if you want that level, because if you are going to be knocking on the devil's door and taking back ground from him, ruining his plans, he's going to notice you. And he's going to have plans to stop your ministry. Now, if you're not tested beforehand, there's a good chance you'll start this ministry. The devil will try and stop it and be successful. So, if you want that level, you've got to go through it beforehand. That's the reality. If you're not willing to go through it, you won't get it. Simple. You won't get it. There's a lot of people in ministry who clearly were not willing to go through it because they never got it. Or not willing or able. See, sometimes it's not willing, sometimes it's not able. Sometimes God won't put it upon them because he knows that they're just not able. Yeah, other people are able. Yeah. Although, yeah, it's not... As I say, in the end, you can't look at it from the point of view and say, well, hold it. If you're saying that, those people who are looking at a higher level, that those people must therefore be higher. No, they're not. No, in the kingdom of God, I don't think they will be higher. No. There's Mollie sleeping. Little babies are sleeping as well. Oh, the babies, I've not quite got their names yet. One will be called Covey. One will be called Lockie Down. Excuse me, that is highly rude. I'm doing a video. Excuse me. I'm not going to wake her up, don't I? One is called Lockie Down, yeah. One is called Vivius. And the other one will be called something in the area of Pandemic. So Mick will be the name. But Pandemic. Well, there's 4 puppies. So, yeah. And they're born during this time. So I think they're good names. Because, yeah. Yeah. So I got the stuff to start their feeding. Well, for me to start feeding them. To do the milk and the porridge that I do for them. So that'd be cool. I'll start that in the next couple of days. So that'd be cool. But they were 2 weeks old yesterday, so they're getting to that stage now. And one of them, Covey, little Covey, sweet little girl, she looks for a cuddle now. When she's had a feed, she waddles over and comes over for a little cuddle. She likes to be picked up and cuddled. So that's cool. That's lovely. We're going to start having that now where they're going to want cuddles and stuff like that. So that's good. It's the beauty of having the pups. It really is absolutely tremendous. It's a lovely thing to have. It's a real blessing to have this time with them. So I get about sort of 5 weeks of really them being my responsibility. 4 to 5 weeks. And that's just brilliant. Yeah. Yeah. So, it's all good fun. It is indeed. But so, back to the point of ministry, I don't believe, biblically speaking, that there are going to be people who are higher and lower. If you do what God has called you to do, then you'll get a well done from the Lord. That's it. That's it. A well done is a well done. You'll be able to, be shoulder to shoulder with, Matthew, Peter, Paul, John, with those wonderful characters like David and Abraham and, Look at Abraham, for goodness sake. I mean, I do lots of videos talking about me not being perfect and me making mistakes. Yeah. I would guess, stand side to side with Abraham. Abraham could give you tons of stories of how he did things wrong. We see some of them in the Bible itself. Some of the things that he did that were really, really bad. Trying to basically give his wife to someone so the person wouldn't kill him or would look favourably on him, which wasn't God's plan. It was fear-led. rather than the faith, and this was a man who had walked and talked with the Lord. So yeah, if you do what God has called you to do, it doesn't matter whether your ministry lasts for 50 years or for 5 years. It doesn't matter whether your ministry involves seeing limbs being regrown or people being healed of a headache. Because someone who has a persistent headache, that being healed of a headache, could lead them to give their lives to God. In the end, that's what matters. Doesn't matter whether they've got an incredible story to tell about the fact that they had their knee amputated years ago and it's grown back because they were prayed for. Yeah, that's going to happen. Even better than that is going to happen. Oh, even better than that is going to happen. That's a certainty. I've asked God, I've said to God, I want, if I'm going to live until I'm 80 or whatever age I'm going to live to, I don't want old age to be holding me back at all. So I want God to restore my muscles, bones, skin, hair, organs, and my systems. Restore all of it to when I was younger, to basically new again. Restore them to as if they were new. Lungs, heart, kidneys, liver, muscles, bones, skin, everything, tendons, the whole blinking lot, cartilages, everything, teeth, everything. So you'll have a situation where, for example, you would have a few teeth missing, and then you wake up in the morning with teeth there where they were missing before. You would have issues where you would have aches and pains, just doing day-to-day stuff, and then no, all gone. You've got the energy and everything as if you would. Well, for example, you look at Abraham and Sarah. I mentioned Abraham. When God said to Abraham about Sarah's going to have his child, Abraham looked at Sarah. They were both old at that point. Abraham laughed. But then God restored Sarah and basically restored Abraham. So they both now appeared to be younger than what they did. Or they were now more able, more virile, more, everything restored. So when Abraham probably looked at Sarah initially when God said about Sarah having his child, her skin would have been the skin of today's time, a 90-year-old woman. But then God went, you're laughing, you wait till you see this. Bang. Now she's got the skin of a 30-year-old woman. Tighter. Everything tighter. Everything, just got sorted in that click. Done. We're going to see stuff like that. Oh, we are. People were, Lazarus died. Was brought back from the dead. That sort of thing is going to happen on a much bigger basis because I do think we are in the last days. And because we are in the last days, signs and wonders are going to have to happen because, well, for example, Stuart is saying he thinks the church will be taken away before the tribulation. He's quite possibly right. I don't know. I don't know. I think that is probably true, but I'm not absolutely certain. But I think it is probably true. But with that being the case, people still need to know that God is there. The one way people are going to know that God is there is by seeing the signs and wonders, and through God delivering people, setting them free, and relatives remembering seeing their relatives be set free in that way and then giving their lives to God. So I think we're going to see some incredible signs and wonders. I do indeed. But in the end, time will tell whether I'm right or wrong. I could very well be wrong. Anything is possible right now. Definitely. I could very well be wrong. That is true. So there you go. Yeah. It is what it is, isn't it? So, as I said at the start, you've got to aim higher. Go for a level that is far higher than what you see if you want more than what you're seeing for the future. Certainly if you want your ministry to be more than that. So you take care, God bless, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.